With the rise of COVID again, many employers do not know that they can take advantage of tax credit that can help their businesses financially. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Hello from Freedom Tax Accounting. We're an accounting firm where we have been providing quality tax and accounting services now for over 20 years. If you are new to this channel, we provide strategies for small business owners so they can achieve their financial goals. If that's a topic you like, please subscribe to our channel. In this video, we're going to talk about recently, unfortunately, COVID has been going up again, and most of our clients, their employees, they're starting to get sick again, and they're being absent to their workplace. Many small business owners don't know that they can take advantage of this or get a tax credit to help their small business financially get through this pandemic situation. For this, I'm going to bring my co-worker Carmen because she is our expert in this field. How are you, Carmen?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good, good. So, Carmen, can you tell us a little bit more about this tax credits that are available for employers that right now they are not taking advantage of?
Absolutely. Ever since this whole pandemic situation came out last year, early last year, a lot of people have heard of FFCRA, the Families First Coronavirus Relief Act.
Okay.
That set forth a series of credits and aids available to small business owners in order to help their businesses stay afloat. So, sick leave and family leave were part of that. It's emergency sick leave and emergency family medical leave. Okay, this is not your regular sick pay that you would pay for just any other type of illness.
Okay.
This is regarding specifically COVID.
Okay.
And it was kind of lumped together with another big, popular credit called the employee retention credit.
Okay.
And this one, you have to qualify to get. And some people kind of lumped them together and didn't know how to differentiate. Both are fantastic credits. The employee retention credit gives you 50% of whatever qualified wages you paid in 2020.
Okay.
In 2021, it gives you 70%. However, this paid sick leave and emergency family leave, whatever qualified wages a business pays, you are entitled to 100% of that back.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of small businesses, especially going through a crisis, they want to help their employees. They want to pay the sick leave, but they don't think that they can afford it. And that's the whole point of this act and these credits is to really leave them with no excuse. They're getting 100% of the wages that they paid out back.
Okay.
The important thing is just to make sure which situation you're dealing with and to just stay updated, which is what we're here for.
Okay. So the small business owner that wants to see how this tax credit works, how do they get this tax credit?
Well, you simply get it by recognizing and acknowledging that you have an employee that got sick. Say that it's the actual employee who came down with symptoms of COVID. They're sick, they were told to quarantine, or they're waiting for a test result. And obviously, they're not supposed to be at work. They're
Okay.
supposed to be at home. So if you've got somebody like that and they cannot telework and they can't work remotely, like
Okay.
say a restaurant worker or somebody who has to be in the office or place of work, they stay home. And you, in 2020, you were supposed to pay them. It wasn't really an option. It was mandatory that you would pay them. If it's the actual employee that got sick, you would have to pay them their full wage pay up to $511 per day for
Wow.
2 weeks or 80 hours. So it was the equivalent of 2 full-time work weeks.
Okay.
If the person is part-time, then you would get their average hours worked and then pay that over the next 2 weeks with a maximum of $500 per day. Now, that entire period that, for 2 weeks, 80 hours, if you pay that person that, you got to code it the right way in your payroll. Don't name it a regular sick pay because you want to differentiate it, from the regular sick pay.
Okay.
But if it was due to COVID, then you would code it the appropriate way, and you were supposed to then, fill out the 941 in the correct way. There's a section on the 941 that will tell you where to put the qualified sick pay or family leave wages,
Okay.
and you'd get 100% of that back. That's if you got to the point of filing the 941 and you hadn't done anything about it yet, because everybody knows a 941, you file it at the end of that quarter. But say right now we're in the month of August, so you
Okay.
don't file this month until October.
Okay.
But if you paid somebody that this month, you want that relief as soon as you can get it.
Okay.
So the way that this helps you is that whatever tax deposit that you have to make for your payroll taxes that month
Okay.
or that period, then you would reduce that tax payment by the amount of wages that you just paid. So say you paid somebody $2,000 in sick leave, wages for 2
Okay.
weeks, but you were supposed to pay $4,000 in your tax deposit payment for payroll taxes.
Okay.
So the way that you do is that you reduce that $4,000 tax liability by the $2,000 of qualified, sick leave,
Okay.
and you keep it. Instead of paying it, you keep it. So it's immediate. This is not something that you have to fill in a form and wait to get, unless it's a large amount, unless you have a lot of people that are sick, and the amount that you're supposed to get back exceeds your tax liability. But if it isn't, you just reduce that tax payment that you were supposed to make and keep that money in your pocket, and that just reimburses you back.
Okay. And there a max limit on how much this sick leave credit, how much they can get back?
They get back 100% of a maximum of $500 per day for that full-time employee for
Okay.
2 weeks. So it's,
Okay.
if the person makes $800 a day, then you're going to get back $500 a day for 2 weeks or 80 hours. That's the equivalent on the sick pay. On the
Okay.
extended family leave, that then gets reduced to 2/3 of the employee's wages,
Okay.
up to a maximum of $200 a day.
Okay.
Okay. But
And
that one, the
okay. And
extended family leave,
okay.
it's for a maximum of 10 weeks.
Wow.
So that's a lot of money. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, obviously, we're talking about employers who have people in payroll. Can self-employed people take advantage of this sick leave credit?
They can, but you go about it a completely different way. It
Okay.
has nothing to do with payroll. It has nothing to do with federal tax deposits, because you don't make them. If you're self-employed, you are your own boss, and you don't file 941s unless you have people on payroll that you pay.
Okay.
But if you're talking about your own wages, you can get a credit for this, but you unfortunately have to wait until you do your taxes in 2022 for 2021.
Okay.
Or if you haven't done 2020's taxes yet and you were out and you couldn't work or telework, and you were out for either the 2 weeks because you yourself were paid or were sick, I'm sorry, or if you had a child that, last year it happened a lot where the schools closed for summer camp,
Mm-hmm.
the schools closed, they had to stay home for the distant learning thing and all that. Or if you were caring for a child that was sick or a spouse that was sick, then instead of calculating the 500 max per day, it's the 2/3 of your wages, of your average, because you just go about it a completely different way, and we can
Okay.
get into that in another video.
Yeah.
But you can, yes, as a self-employed individual, you can, but you have to do it on your personal tax return and not via any payroll forms.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because these tax credits are available. And I think business owners concentrated so much on the PPP, and they
Correct.
concentrated so much on getting the EIDL loan, that they don't know there is additional help available to help your business financially during this crisis. An example is the employee retention credit, and now this sick and family leave tax credit that you can get. Obviously, if you have no idea what we're talking about, call our office, get a consultation. We will make sure to see if your business can qualify for these credits, because every dollar helps. Okay. Is there
Absolutely.
anything else, Carmen, that people need to know about this sick leave tax credit?
Yes. So like I said, this initially was released in the FFCRA back in March of last year. However, in December, an Appropriations Act came out, right? It was signed into law by President Trump.
Okay.
And that one extended it was no longer mandatory to pay the sick leave or extended family medical leave, but you could voluntarily choose to continue to do so, and you continue to claim the credit through March 31st of 2021.
Okay.
So now President Biden came out with another American Rescue Plan Act in March of this year.
Okay.
And it extended that if you still want to voluntarily pay, because I think this change happened because of what you mentioned in the beginning, the Delta variant. A lot of people are getting vaccines. Vaccines are causing a lot of side effects. People are getting sick for whatever reason regarding COVID.
Yeah.
So now it was extended again. It's still voluntary, but you can still get 100% of those wages paid back to you, the business owner, through September 30th of 2021. And a few extra reasons, now that I mentioned the vaccine, were added as reasons that you could qualify for the paid sick leave. For example, if you got the vaccine
Okay.
or you're scheduled to take it and you got sick or you had downtime, you were out because of illness or disability regarding the vaccine, that's one of the reasons you can take it. And also if you're waiting for test results, that really wasn't specified the first time around, but now it is. So yeah, there's some changes being made. Oh, and another very important thing, if you're a business owner and you had an employee already take their full 80 hours of sick pay that they were entitled to as of March 31st, 2021, and they get sick again, the clock restarts April 1st. So
Wow.
if they get sick again now and they need to be out another 2 weeks, they get the full 2 week pay again. And you, the business owner, gets 100% of that back once again. So the clock restarts on the sick leave, not on the family leave. The family leave is 10 weeks.
Okay.
Now that's another change that happened in the American Rescue Plan. Instead of 10 weeks, now it is 12 weeks. But that clock does not restart, only the sick leave. So those are some of the major changes. But if you need any help, of course, call our offices and we can guide you more through this credit.
Perfect. So now you know. Now you know, as a business owners, there is a lot of financial help available out there for your business to help during this coronavirus pandemic. These tax credits are available. It's hard for us to know why other accountants are not advising their clients on this, because we got a lot of calls in our
Yes.
office telling us my CPA is not telling us anything of this. So you can call our office, 407-344-1012. You can schedule a consultation. We will evaluate your case, and we will find all the tax credits that are available for your business to help you go through this financial crisis and this pandemic, and we will help you together. All right? So once again, thank you for watching this video. Once again, if you have received value out of this video, share it, like it, send it to another business owner. Also subscribe to our channel, and remember that we are praying for you, we're praying for your family, and that we are praying for your business. Once again, thank you for watching. God bless you. Bye-bye.